Hey, um, yeah, just an update, I think, from Christmas. It went okay. It wasn't too bad. I stayed over a couple of days before Christmas at my parents' so I could spend some time with them. Because my dad had a heart attack like 2 weeks before Christmas, which was really hard on everyone. I was told to stay away because, well, I don't really know, but I think because they knew that it would upset me. Everyone was told to stay away. My eldest niece didn't, which caused arguments between her and her brothers and sisters because she was told not to go. But Christmas itself was okay. Mum and Dad, instead of going after Christmas dinner, they went before Christmas dinner to see their friends and stayed over Christmas Day and Boxing Day like they usually do. I stayed till the afternoon of Boxing Day and then came home. Mainly this year because I was I'd forgotten my medication. So I hadn't had it for like 3 or 4 days, so I was absolutely shattered. I hadn't had much sleep. What sleep I had was super broken. So I came home, slept really well that night. I got a weighted blanket and a new like memory foam type pillow, which is great. They're great. A few days later I went to Manchester to visit some friends, which was lovely. Getting out of London was great. But New Year, met lots of new people up there, which was lovely. But memories just came back to certain people, and I went to bed about 12:20. About 40 minutes later, some people came up to play some games because my friends who I stayed with, they've got people staying with them, so their Xbox and whatever else was upstairs, so they came up to play for that. And then they went back down, but then a friend came up to go back to bed, and they were really restless throughout the night, so that kept me awake. So I didn't have any sleep. I only slept once they left, which was for like 2 and a bit hours, if that. Then the following night was the last night before I left. I said to the couple that are staying with our friends that they can have their room, but I left my medication up there, so I wasn't able to get it because the stairs into the loft were the creakiest things you'll ever fucking hear. And they were right by where they were sleeping on the blow up mattress, so I would have woken them up no matter what. So I felt really guilty about that. So I didn't have any sleep, which was great. Yeah, and just felt really rubbish. The constant alone in a crowded room kind of thing. And even though, like, I'm very disillusioned and disheartened with living in London, it got to about 1 o'clock on New Year's Day, and I'm like, I just want to go home. I also got really ill, had trouble breathing, I was coughing, sore nose, sore throat, sore chest. Yeah. It was nice getting out of London for a bit, but I don't know, it kind of didn't give me the feeling, or at least I'm starting to think now that it didn't give me the feeling it did back in June when I went. I don't know. It's really hard. I'm struggling again. I had therapy today. Mainly talked about feeling lonely. which I do constantly. I hate it. I really do. Because it's nothing that anyone can help with, really. I can't be chasing people to make me feel whole again or to fill a hole, because if or when they ever leave, which most of the time they will in some way or another, I'll be left empty again. And there's only one person who can help and stop that, and that's me. I think that's what makes me so sad about it always, because I don't know how to get out of it. And it's not just a case of thinking positively or anything like that. Like, I can't change a mind's. I can't see how changing my mindset or thinking will make that better. It just doesn't. It kind of doesn't compute to me. Still waiting on my referral from the psychiatrist. I spoke to them on the day that I got my new job, which starts next Monday. Today's Monday as well, so it's a week. But I'm still waiting. I'm worried about how that will affect the new job. Like, walk into a new job. Oh, by the way, I've got this doctor's appointment, and it's going to be every day for every week for an hour or two. On a specific day, and I don't know how they're going to take it, so I'm fucking worried about that. Yeah. I just don't really know what to do with myself. Like, I feel I'm worried about starting a new job. Like, I've been out of work for 3 months, and then I'll be diving straight into fucking Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, for at least the foreseeable. I think the first 3 months it'll be like that, and then, like, maybe changing it up, I don't know. But I don't know. Just really struggling. Someone said to me a few months ago that they found it hard to take any sort of advice or positiveness from me, because I have my life together. I've got a therapist, I've got a job, this, that, the other. And at first I was really angry about that, because it took me 8 years to find the therapist that works for me. It took me just as long to find the medication that was better than any of the others. I've been through 8 different medications. I've been through CBT with NHS, and I've been through 4 odd different therapists in that time, on and off. And the only one that's only been good is Deb's, the person I'm with now. But I've been through 8 different medications, all with their own side effects, and none of them are fun. Like, I've been through it, and that's work, and I've had to do that. None of that's been handed to me in any way, shape, or fucking form. But then within 2 or 3 months of that being said to me, I lose my job, worry about money, loss of whatever level relationship you want to call it. I lost all of it. The only thing I've still got is a roof over my head and Debs. I've got a new job, yes, but that took constant work, constant hounding. And luckily this time around it's been easier to find a job. But I've probably had more phone interviews than I had when I was still with my wife. And I was going through my unemployed periods, because there's been loads. As I said, the job at HelloFresh was the first job since 2008 that lasted more than a year and a half. It just was. That's the God honest truth. And up until October, maybe even just November and December, even just December, I've probably had more interviews over the phone, let alone in person, than between 2008 and 2015. And that's not a lie. I've probably had I would say between 10 and 15 in between 2008 and 2015, and I had that alone in December. It could be the job market, it could be my experience now, I don't know. But if it's my experience now, then I'm actually overqualified for the jobs that I've been applying for and doing. So that old age argument of, oh, we don't want them, they'll be bored in this job, they're overqualified, hasn't really applied to me this time round, maybe. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for this job, but I'm kind of not as well, because it's a step back in responsibility. It's not as high as I would have liked it to have been, but it's more money than what I was on when I was doing the same kind of role, and it's closer to home. It's going to be cheaper travel and such. But I'm just worried about how the what the kind of work's going to be like, and how hard and how busy and all these kind of things. So I'm kind of a bit worried about that too. Still hung up on trying to meet someone and find someone. It's the worst. I think it was New Year's Day, or the day after New Year's Day, I deleted 10, 11 dating apps. Out of the 16 that I had, I've got 5 now, and then I've got 4 or 5 online, but I don't check them, just because it's pointless. Without wanting to be, oh, woe is me about it, I get nothing. I literally get nothing. And I'm not being passive about it. I'm kind of checking some here and there. And then I send a message when I've got the energy to, but 99% of the time it all just gets ignored or missed. I'm not angry about it. I'm just sad that that's what it's like. Jobs, dating, whatever, you can get looked over really easily. If for some reason you don't stand out, which obviously I'm not, then what can you do? Just have to buck up and move on, which is life. Doesn't make you feel any better though, does it? Never makes you any better. Never makes you feel any better. I think out of all the relationships that I've had since breaking up with my wife, I've just wanted to feel special for someone, and I don't care if it would be an open relationship or poly or whatever. I just kind of want to feel like I matter to someone, and for me, that is through contact, through being tactile with someone. And no matter how much my friends can tell me they love me and they care for me and they worry about me, sometimes it's not enough. A quote from a Nine Inch Nails song, love is not enough. Sometimes it's not. I remember watching a really great YouTube video taking apart the Beatles song Love Is All You Need. Or was it an article? Either way. And I really identify with that. Like sometimes someone telling you they love you isn't enough. They need to show it, and they need to put it into practice in some way, because we all talk differently, whether it be verbally, non-verbally, mentally, with actions, just somehow. And obviously I'm not being heard, or whatever people are trying to say to me isn't getting through to me either. I'm not saying it's all down to others, it's really not, and that would be really unfair. I've screenshotted like every nice thing people have been saying to me, because I need to try and remember that and trying to get past it myself. I've uploaded it to my Dropbox, and I've put it on a drive, and I'm trying to keep note of them and look at them. It just doesn't feel like enough sometimes. It's just a difficult time. I think the changing weather and the changing, like, how dark the days are and such, and SAD and seasonal affective disorder and whatever, it really plays on me too. And yeah, I don't know. I just wish I knew how to get to the other side, because it sucks here. It really does. And every therapy session is the same. We talk about the same things, because I'm just stuck, really stuck. Like, I don't think I was as stuck when I was before everything kicked off in October, before I had my massive downward spiral. I know I had problems, I know I had issues. But right now they just feel all enveloping, and yeah, I don't really know how to get ahead of it. I try to challenge myself and my thoughts a lot. I try to, especially when it comes to other people. Like, no one owes me things. Like, this person isn't interested, this person doesn't want to hear from me, this person might have only ever logged onto this dating app or website once. Like, it's generally never anything personal. But tell that to the unconscious, depressive mind. It tells you you're not enough. Gets angry because you can't have what it wants. It's sad because of what it wants and it can't have. I think the worst answer to anything ever, to any question, is just, that's life. So why does it fucking have to be? Why can't it just be nice? Why can't you have something that you want or need? Why does it have to be just a shitty no? Just a meh, that's it. That's all you're getting. Memory of the Force Awakens where Rey goes to the trading post to get food, and he goes, 1.5 portions, and she tries to argue with him, and then he's just like, yeah. Why does it have to be like that? Yeah, I'm bitter about it. I'm angry about it. And I think I'm so angry and bitter about it because there's fuck all I can do about it, or anyone can. I want to hear back from these people that I've read profiles of, and I'm like, oh my god, you sound really cool, you sound whatever. But they don't, for whatever reason. I can't be angry at them because, like, when I went out on a date back in October, they showed me, they literally flowed for like, they'd opened a Plenty of Fish profile, and for about 30 seconds they just flowed through, just flicking, just going constantly. And we spoke for like 30 seconds and they just kept going. Like, literally. And I'm like, are you still going? This cannot be true. Opened it like 3-4 days previous to that. And I said to them, not to be a dick, but that is literally the polar opposite of what I get. And they're like, yeah, I can believe it. Just one of those sad, shitty facts that you can't do anything about. You either send someone a tailored message once and leave it to chance to see whether or not they reply, or you be the proverbial dick that just continually messages until they reply and give you a shitty reply because you're being a dick to them and you won't leave them alone. I know which one I'd rather be, but sometimes I just wish I could get noticed, because I don't. Never have. It's just another form of rejection, or how I say it, another form of rejection, which I'll never get used to. It's the worst. It really is. I've never seen myself as attractive or wanted, but it's what I want the most. And every day I'm on any website or app or whatever, I'm setting myself up for a possible fall. Because you could meet someone or you could not meet someone, and it might not be there for them, might not be there for you, and that'd be it. That'd be the end of that. Which sucks. But there's nothing you can do about it. Dating is the worst. or trying to find a date or whatever, or trying to connect with someone, unless you're a wordsmith and you catch the eye of everyone and anyone, or you're ridiculously good looking, minted, whatever, right? It's hard to be noticed, because there are far too many people out there that treat others like shit, which tarnish it for everyone else. Like Daniel Schloss says about vegans, veganism is to food what ISIS are to Islam, a small and persistent minority twisting the original message, and then taking it out on bacon. That's not so applicable. But yeah, just fucks it up for everyone else. And that's not me trying to be oh, I'm not like all the other guys, even if it does sound like that. It's just humans ruining things for others, really. I don't know. Whatever. I'd like to say, like, I have a plan for this year, or like I want certain things to be done, or whatever. I think the only thing that I want more than anything is just to be happy. I just want to be happier. I want to feel safe again, because I haven't for years. People have become my safe place, and that's not right. I should be able to be my own safe place. But I think only with work with a therapist or psychologist am I going to be able to let go of what's happened to me previously. In my most heightened, scared, lonely, down feelings, all I can ever say is, I just want to go home. Problem is, I don't have a home like that. I don't have a safe space. I just don't anymore. And I need to find that. I need to find that again.